So, I'm guessing you mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am? I am Stanley, renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Well, your attitude says maybe you don't got that. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved the Magivari.
Enough already! Ugh. Stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth!
It's true, though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Well, Jack will listen, won't you? Now, where was I?
You and your partner reached the Magivari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
Precisely! There was a deathly silence in the air. A sea of ashes stretched out before us, as far as the eye could see. The Magivari. Suddenly, my partner was caught in a whirlpool whipped up by an evil beast. Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
Wow! So, did he make it?
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to set foot on home ground once more, where the gentle breeze carried away the tears welling up in my eyes.
That poor guy. How could that happen?
Jack, you can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
I know. Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is to die in the course of their final adventure. But whatever happens, no adventurer should ever die in a place where the wind doesn't blow. The wind has to bring your spirit back to Mondstadt.
That's right. To die in a place where the wind blows, and to have your spirit carried back to Mondstadt on the wind, that's the dream.
Yeah. Although, the most I can aspire to right now is beginner's commissions, like clearing out the slimes clogging up the sewers.
You shouldn't die in a place with no wind. Why do they keep going on about that?
Come on, traveler. Let's
Is
go.
that why Stanley thinks the Magivari is the most terrifying place in the world? Because there's no wind there?
Können wir jetzt weitermachen? Danke. Scheiße, was labern die, ey?
By royal delves into destiny. Yahoo! Time for takeoff.
Zack. Geht's weiter? Okay. Hä? Ach so, ja.
Let's play.
Ah, nein! Warum? Hä? Oh. Imaginäre Wände. Aber so komme ich wenigstens von hier aus rein. Oder auch nicht.
Here we go.
Alter! Sag, wir können die sowas?
By royal power core. Shadows of fate. Brace yourselves. Hey, not at the top. Try till I'm dead. Odds revealed.
Was vereist mich da dauernd? Der doch nicht, oder? Hey, das ist mein Zeug, ne?
Traveler, I believe I've made a small discovery. Could I ask you to use the Nernama detector once more?
Sind da zwei Stanleys?
What? Stanley has an imaginary friend?
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his face.
Ich wusste, dass seine Geschichten komisch ist.
Oh, you thought so too, huh? I agree. He wasn't telling the whole story.
Please excuse me. I'll be leaving now.
Bye, Stanley. Do you two still have time to spare?
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret. Something he's never told anyone before. The weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago. They were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero, Vanessa herself. The sword of brilliant valor and the shield of magnificent honor. I don't know whether you believe me, but apparently, both the sword and shield are still right here in Mondstadt, over in Dadaupa Gorge. Since you guys are the experts at this, can you come with me to try and retrieve these two legendary weapons?
Warum hat sie denn in der Wildnis zurückgelassen?
I don't know. Outstanding individuals always come with their quirks, right? If I can just get a hold of something impressive enough to show my family what I'm capable of, maybe they'll finally come around to the idea of me being an adventurer. Right now, I'm just a rookie. My abilities are limited, and my parents don't support my goals one bit. So, what do you say? Help a guy out? I can't bring myself to tell Stanley about it, because my reasons are so, selfish. But I swear I'll give the weapons back to him as soon as I'm done.
Aw, poor Jack. Let's help him out.
Na, dann werde ich mal.
Ventis, you coming too?
I don't know.
Oh, one other thing. I have a bottle of rare vintage wine that I had someone fetch for me a couple years ago. Help me find these weapons, and it's all yours.
Dadaupa Gorge, was it? Let's hurry. There's no time to lose.
Wie er sofort dabei ist. Oh oh. Oh, lass mich raten. Kann es sein, dass er das nur erzählt hat, damit er an die Waffen kommt? Damit er erzählen kann, er hat ja das Zeug gehabt. Wahrscheinlich ist es dann versteckt oder vergraben oder keine Ahnung. So ein Sack, ey. Ich glaube, die Mona ist an sich schneller, wenn du so rennst, als wenn du normal läufst, oder? Keine Ahnung. Aber das soll da sein? Das sind doch einfach nur ein Haufen Gegner, Mann. Nicht, dass ich das Zeug nicht brauchen könnte, aber... Schwert des Heldenmuts. Keiner, machen wir schon mal die Gegner kalt. Au!
Can't handle your drink.
Wo finde ich jetzt das? In der Pfanne?
Decided by destiny.
Übersetzt? Achso, ja. Nee, nix da. Kocht wird später. Oder wahrscheinlich gar nicht.
Go, let's go. Hey, that bunch of hilltros. Are they holding some kind of ceremony? And what's with that pile of knickknacks? Are they worshipping them?
Seems so. That must be the sword of brilliant valor, surely.
Spannend, was wir jetzt da gerade anstellen. Alter! Warte mal.
Look at you, Boozy. I summon.
Aber jetzt stirb einfach. Kannst du mir nicht erzählen, dass das Schwert ist, oder?
Lo and behold, the sword of brilliant valor.
Are you sure? Looks kinda basic to Paimon, and a little worse for wear, too. Why would hilichurls be bowing down before a piece of junk like this?
Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these hilichurls were already celebrating.
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic, I'm at a loss for words.
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an anemo crystal fly? They're found in the open country around Mondstadt City. If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. It truly resembles an exquisite crystal dancing in the night air. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless, fades into the background. But when you're in dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up and fighting back. It's the brilliant ray of light that guides you out from the darkness.
Das ist beeindruckend.
You're right. You're right. Then this has to be it. This is the sword of brilliant valor.
So, we got our sword. Now we just need that shield. Let's scout around. It's definitely in Dadaupa Gorge, so... huh?
There's somebody there.
Stanley? What's he doing here?
He's acting so weird.
What happened? Why did you stop all of a sudden?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just one of those Mora spouting weasel thieves passed by is all.
What? Where? I want to see.
Maybe another time. We have a shield to find, remember?
Oh Mann. Verarscht der Ventis jetzt denn echt weiter? Und ich muss noch mehr von den Hillary-Shores wegmähen. Hey, komm, was geht? Wo könnte das sein? Da oben in der Arena nicht. Warum rennt uns Stanley die ganze Zeit hinterher? Ja, mal oben auf. Okay, und es soll jetzt wo sein? Ah, scheiße, das ist ein Animo-Ding. Das hole ich mir gleich mal. Ich werde den Mondstadt sowieso nie alle finden. Und warum? Weil jedes Ding nochmal abgehen müsste, wenn ich das finden will. Und die große Frage, wo könnte das Schild sein? Pennt der? Oh ja, der pennt er wirklich. Ja, aber wo soll jetzt das Schild rumliegen? Das ist doch eine sehr gute Frage. Na, rohes Fleisch. Das Ding ist größer als das, was ich gekillt habe. Der Schild? Für ernsthaft? Oh komm.
Lo and behold, the shield of magnificent
Oh, ist das
honor.
der Ernst jetzt?
Liar, liar, pants on fire. It's a chunk of wood. A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached. Who in their right mind would use this as a shield?
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just taken from a wine barrel.
And yet, my bard's intuition tells me that this is none other than the shield of magnificent honor. Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered shield the one that has fought in countless wars and lived to tell the tale? Though the soldier's body be tired and torn, still they fight till the very end, till they have no blood left to bleed. Such magnificent strength of will. Is that not the true meaning of honor?
Ventis auf der Topform.
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay new and shiny for long. Okay then. Well, maybe if we ask nicely, he'll just let us take the shield of magnificent honor for free.
Kann ich den einfach killen?
Ahem. Excuse me, Mr. Hilly Churro? Well, okay. You take it from here. Hope you've picked up some Hilly Churlian by now. If not, there's always body language.
Wie ein Platadada?
Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all.
Kucha Pupu Gusha je? Oh.
Uh-oh. He did not seem to appreciate that.
Waren die beide um? Oh oh.
Uh-oh. Oh no. We ticked him off big time.
Ha. Oh. Keine Sorge, ich habe noch mehr für euch.
In the stars. Oz, reveal thyself. Hey, he dropped the shield of magnificent honor and ran.
Guys, thank you so much. I can't believe I actually found them. Mom, Dad, check out the legendary weapons I found.
Hey, wait! The wine, you promised! Aw, and I actually helped a lot this time. What are you doing here, Stanley? Out for a stroll?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard? Fancy that, huh? You
Oh, that's right. An after-dinner stroll, to be precise. We were also helping a friend look for something.
Paimon's starting to think Stanley might be a fraud.
Ja, ist definitiv ein Betrüger, keine Frage.
Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance so as to not hurt Jack's feelings?
Adventurers must be pretty familiar with Dadaupa Gorge. You fought battles here before, after all.
You better believe it. I can navigate this whole area with my eyes closed.
Wow. Then I admire your perseverance. And your memory, too.
It's only to be expected of a great adventurer like me. You guys had better watch out, though. This place is crawling with hilichurros. I'll get back to my, stroll now. Goodbye.
Guilty conscience much?
Well, he shouldn't have gotten so carried away bragging to Jack, should he? Although, on further reflection, I must say I'm intrigued. Someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the present instead. I wonder if such a person was forced to take their first step towards the future.
What are you talking about?
I'm just musing to myself. Anyway, I propose we take a trip to Angel's Share tonight.
Was zur Hölle ist Engelsgabe? Warte mal, bin ich fertig? Ah, ne. Im Land ohne Wind. Okay, wir warten mal. 18 Uhr, ne? Geh zur Engelsgabe. Ah. Aber Alter, der arme Typ, weiß der rennt jetzt heim? Erzählt den, hey, schau mal, was ich für legendäre Gegenstände hab. Das ist ein scheiß altes verrostetes Holzschwert, verrostetes Schwert und ein dämliches Holzschild. Oh verdammt, ein Mädchen hat sich aufgelöst, Leute, das Mädchen ist einfach weg. Ich glaube, mit dem Hypostasenzeug warte ich jetzt mal noch 1-2 Tage. Oder sagen wir jetzt 2-3 Tage und dann machen wir da weiter, weil dann können wir das nacheinander machen. Dann können wir wenigstens eine gescheite Folge draus machen. Das hat ja nur 10 Minuten gedauert. Oh oh.
Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name?
Es gibt einen anderen Stanley.
Surely not. Even I've never heard tell of a second Stanley.
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Melchivari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name? Why, Stanley? Why? If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day. But now, that'll never happen, because your life was cut short, and all because of a worthless tag-along.
Does anyone get what's going on here?
I think our friend really did make it to the Merjavari. And I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too. But the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner, not him. The real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the first place is because he stole the other Stanley's name?
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell you adventure stories at every opportunity. Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Merjavari. He's the greatest adventurer there ever was, and he lives on. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley. I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm getting too old. Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes! We're busted!
Also ihr redet direkt hinter ihm. Jetzt die Fischl dort hocken.
Go away. Save your questions. And just leave me in peace.
But...
Leave now. Don't make me tell you again.
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I'm so glad you guys are here. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield. My parents are finally supporting me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me, so I can take them out on the road.
That's wonderful! So, Jack, Is this the part where you bid farewell to Mondstadt and set off on your intrepid trip traversing Teyvat?
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired me to become an adventurer in the first place. Stanley, Oh, you're drunk again. We'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off. Maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think?
Jack. Jack.
Jack left.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for not telling him about my secret.
Huh? All of a sudden you're facing the facts? That isn't like you.
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventurous spirit is so pure, unblemished. Just a weary old feckless fraud. But that kid is a brand new shining star, full of potential. I cannot allow his dreams to be crushed.
You're not a total fraud. Stanley's adventure stories and experiences. They're all true, aren't they?
Stories? Experiences? What's the point of them anymore? To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley, they're hazy these days. That's my biggest secret of all, and my biggest fear. All these years, I've been living to tell his story. But his personality and the details of his life, I don't remember them clearly anymore. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Sein ganzes Leben lang ist er in Schuld ertrunken.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living, breathing friend he knew at all. Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle-scarred warrior. And that image has held him captive his entire life.
I'm too old. I never let go. But still, so much has slipped away. I'm completely and utterly worthless. No adventurer should have to go that way. No adventurer ever.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know? The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Tavari. I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
I can't believe it. Thank you all. And thank you, Lord Barbados. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to calm back down. But I think that I'm gonna be okay.
Ah, wonderful! Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go his own way. This calls for a celebration. And by celebration, I do, of course, mean libation.
And by libation, you mean you're not leaving this tavern till you're too drunk to walk, right?
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. He promised me a rare vintage in exchange for helping him out, remember? I'll head off to fetch the wine. See you shortly. Let's meet at the usual place.
Okay, das war eine coole Szene.
Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of it? Hey, Tone Deaf Bard!
Ich glaube, ich weiß womöglich wo. Auf der Statue oben drauf. Ja. Aber stark, Alter, dass die halt für diese Legendenaufträge wirklich diese Storys machen und halt wirklich dann auch so Szenen mit bauen. Finde ich echt gut. Wie halt auf seiner verdammten eigenen Statue hockt. Scheiß Angeber! Eigentlich sollte doch eine Statue von mir hocken. Stehen. Oh oh. Nein! Willst du mich jetzt verarschen? Jetzt.
You made it. Finally.
Also du bist keine 10 Sekunden weg, Junge. Wie kannst du so schnell den Wein holen?
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay? We looked everywhere.
Nein.
So, did you at least manage to find your wine?
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it out to be a rare collector's edition vintage, when actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider. This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet.
Was? Vor?
It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time, old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant, who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane. Even the birds couldn't get in or out.
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right? You mentioned it before.
That's right. The tyrant of the winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms. Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I didn't even have a human form. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind, a gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better, or tiny seeds of hope.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean you used to look different than you do now?
Yup. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the form of a friend. In old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told, where a tyrant ruled. I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom, and we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
So then what? What happened to your friend?
Das gleiche wie bei Stanley, Ruin.
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
Yes, of course. The suspense is killing Paimon.
Paimon, hol uns etwas Fleisch oder Fisch holen.
But Venti's telling his story. What makes you suddenly want to have a meat feast?
Getting a little peckish or something.
Ja.
Paimon's had it up to here with you.
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes. But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze. Moments like this always take me back. Back to a song that I first heard from him.
Ich höre zu.
Fly, fly away. like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
Calm Day, erster Akt abgeschlossen im Land ohne Wind. Die kleine Figur ist ungewohnt still. Manchmal wird sogar der geschmeidige Wind in seiner Trauer schwer. Nicht, dass der Sterbliche einen so kurzen Moment je sehen könnte. Bleibt jetzt da oben. Nach solchen Geschichten bin ich immer einfach gern leise. Um so ein bisschen wirken zu lassen. Mir gefallen diese Geschichten. Mir gefällt irgendwie diese ganze Welt von Genshin Impact auch. Das Einzige, was mich halt echt stört, ich würde gerne die restliche Welt erkunden, verdammter Dreck. Aber da werden wir noch ewig warten können, was natürlich aber dann einigermaßen doch schon schön ist, weil es hat halt echt Spaß gemacht. Ich habe jetzt die letzten Tage echt, normal bin ich keiner, der gern grindet oder gern sonst irgendwas macht. Aber es hat schon echt Laune gemacht irgendwie. Jetzt mal meine Charaktere aufzuleveln, vor allem jetzt die Mona und dann halt noch die Xiangyu. Xanyan. Verdammt, Xanyu ist glaube ich der eine. Nee, Xanyu gibt's gar nicht. Shit. Egal. Das war jetzt die Geschichte mit Venti. In der nächsten Folge geht's dann mit den Hypostasen weiter. Oder wir machen dann vielleicht die nächste Geschichte mit... warte mal, Aufträge, Legendenauftrag. Wer ist der nächste? Astrolabos. Historia Antiqua. Und Tatakli. Achso, ja stimmt, die Ding fehlt auch. Hä? Wo war denn das? Die göttliche Beste im Wolkenmeer. Seniao Unicorns, Akt 1. Egal. Ich bedanke mich an der Stelle fürs Zuschauen.
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name and...
Schnauze. Und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns wieder in der nächsten Folge von Genshin Impact. Macht's gut und Servus.